once I've got the strips ready over here, I nail them to the ball in pieces like this, and then manually make the ball so it's going to become more like a tennis ball. So it's round edges. I'm doing it by hand, so it's not perfect like a machine, but I've got quite good at doing it after nearly 30 years of doing this. So we end up getting to this point here, where we have like a gap in between, and it's going to be sewn with the string here. Too much here.
What goes inside the ball?
Inside the ball is, there you go. There's inside this here, inside this ball, this is a wound cotton. Inside, I've done this by hand, so that's as round as I can make it by hand. So inside this is a small ball of cork, wound round with tape. So this is tape that's been wound by hand to make a round ball, solid and tight. We move on, and I move on to making a pattern with waxed cotton string to make the ball very hard and very round. And I use a hammer to get the ball round. And then I get to this part here, and then thread the needle, and I start to sew the ball. And once I get halfway around the ball, I then use pliers to pull the cloth tighter. So I start here. The first stitch is locked in with a knot, and then I start to sew the ball like a baseball. And then I just continue to go around the ball.
How long does it take to make one tennis ball from start to finish?
From scratch, a brand new ball takes around about 45 minutes to an hour. When they're brand new, they're actually too big and they get soft. So the first use of a ball is usually more of an illegal size, and then they start to get smaller. As the air dissipates through the cotton, the ball starts to get tighter and harder, and so the ball's lifespan is about a year, and then we redo this process. We make new balls from scratch every year. Or once this ball's been made here, I'm refabricating and re-putting the, we reuse it, and I re-tie the ball with this pattern. So this ball here, this life is about 6 months old. These were replaced in June last year, so this is about 6 months old.
Do you trash this fabric when you get the new one?
We actually can reuse it for the inside of the ball, but we can actually reuse the old fabric for putting the centers of the balls. You can see this doesn't fit anymore. As the stitches have gone around the first half, this doesn't close anymore. And so I use these pliers to actually stretch the material around the ball so it's tight around the ball. So at this point now, the aim of what I'm trying to do is not only sew the ball, it's to actually stretch the cloth around the ball and pull it tight all the way around so the ball gets tight around the ball. It's all to do with hand strength. And now the cloth is a bit stretchy, and now I can close this up, and the ball will be as tight as it can be, which makes the game more enjoyable. The looser the cloth around the ball, the more irregular the bounces. As you know, the game's already hard enough without having kind of balls that are not round.
How many balls would you say you've made in your lifetime?
If you wanted to take an average of 5 a day, every day, I turned professional in 1995, so 20 a week. I turned 25, so it's per month.
125 times 12 times how many years?
So 95 is 27 years. That would be so 125 times 12, 40,500.
So you're telling me you've made 40,000 tennis balls?
Yeah, and if I do this one here, then it's probably 40,501.
Is it a normal thing for every Jeu de Paume player to make their own tennis balls, or is it?
No. There's just over 50 courts in the world, and without having a professional in the club that could make balls, there's so many more aspects that they have to do to be a professional, because you're the person who is motivating members and players to play. You work on your own game, coach other people, you're providing the balls.
You're really the backbone of the club, right?
Yeah, you're kind of you're marking the matches. If you're starting up as a pro, you're motivating people with the ambition of your ambition, so people can see how you train, how you dedicate yourself, and what have you. And this is one of the aspects, one of the branches of the kind of the things that you need to be able to do as a pro, and they'll do the same in every club in the world.
You mentioned hand striking when it comes to making the tennis balls, so would it really work if you got like a group of like grandmas who love to crochet to start making tennis balls?
It's always bar talk to try and find grandmas that could do this, but none of the clubs have found any grandmas to be able to do this so far in all the years that I've been playing. I know that in Oxford, the university, they used to get the prisoners, one of the prisons very close by, to make balls as part of their rehabilitation.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether they do that now, but I know that did happen.
Kind of like the peeling the potatoes.
Yeah.
Type of.
Like
job.
that, maybe. Yeah. Maybe it was a reward to get out the cell. I don't know, but so we're getting close to the end, and the only question is, like, you know, most people say, is how do you stop sewing? How do you finish sewing? And the basic thing that we do, because it's a solid ball, I actually go and put the needle through the ball, and that actually holds the string in place. Once this ball's been finished, you won't know where the start and finish is here. And then I repeat the process, and I go right through the ball. And I'll just do one, just to give you can try this to see if you can pull this through. If you give me this here, if you want to push that through and pull it through the other side.
Oh, it's not easy.
It's not for grandmas, unfortunately, but yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna cheat.
Yeah.
Even with the pliers, it's not easy.
Yeah. There you go. And that holds the that's it. There you go. You finished the ball. No, well, there you go.
Nice.
There you go.
And then you do it 3 times, and then.
And then I'm just going to cut it off, cut the little piece off, take the nails out, and that's ready to go. So you just put it really close, and then right down to to the base. And then we just take the nails out. That's it.
How long did it take you to learn how to make tennis ball?
I think when you kind of like turn pro, as you know, you're usually like if you're a young pro, you start off as being like kind of a trainee pro, and then you kind of, with a bit of experience, you move on to being an assistant pro, and then eventually through time you become a head professional, and then the cycle continues. So then you retrain assistants, retrain beginners and stuff like this, and then the cycle. So all of the knowledge that you get given from your kind of like head professional, then you just pass it on and keep the game going.
Nice.
Yeah, that's not a bad one. I'm happy with that.